Hello and welcome to Big Orbit Games and Box Media, the new X-Wing Wave 10 Quadjumper. My name is Simon. I'll be doing the unboxing today. So what I'm going to do is just open this up and show you what you get inside. So, this is a new ship as part of Wave 10. You might recognise it if you've seen Force Awakens. It's a ship that Kylo and Rey run towards that. Then explodes, causes them to have to decide to go and jump on the Falcon instead. So it's cool that it's got had a ship that's been made for X-Wing. I quite like that. That's, you know, quite nice. So here we go. Let's take a look at what we get in here then. So you obviously get the ship and all the tokens and components you'd need to fly it. You get 4 different ship cards for it and 7 upgrade cards and 1 condition card, a debt to pay. This is quite an interesting ship, and unfortunately, not being a big X-Wing tactician, I can't really tell you everything about how to utilise it, but we'll have a look at what you get in here and we'll go from there. So what I'll do first is open this up when I can get into it and show you the tokens. So let's have a look. Here we go there, so just put the bag to one side. So we have the tokens here, so you have the so we have the tractor beam tokens there, tractor beam tokens, the debt to pay, we have the ship tokens, thermal detonator on there, and then on this one we just have the maneuver dial and a focus and the 66 order 66 number. So yep, so maneuver dial and stuff. So all the tokens you need to fly it. So we've got the upgrade cards here, which I'm just going to put to one side for a moment. At the back we've got, you can see how many rules reference cards we've got there. So bombs, using bombs, modifications, condition cards, which is new, reverse maneuver, which is new, Seigneur's loop, and tractor beam tokens as well. There's lots and lots of rules in this ship. So let's have a look first of all at Constable Zuvio. So he's a pilot skill 7, 2 attack, 2 evade, 5 hull, 0 shield. So this is kind of like a souped up TIE fighter if you think about it. Has focus and barrel roll. Upgrades, it's got elite pilot talent, crew, bomb, tech and illicit. It comes in at 19 points, so quite cheap, especially when you have a look at the ability. When you reveal a reverse maneuver, you may drop a bomb using your front guides, including a bomb with action header. So these ships have a reverse maneuver. So if you have a look at the dial down here, can you see down at the bottom those 3 red ones at the back? It can reverse. It's really cool, really interesting, because it's something so new to X-Wing, the fact that you can reverse. So at any time this thing could jump backwards. The downside being that maneuver dial having those reverses, that it's a little more limited in its other turns, but still. And this folds into Constable. So by performing those reverse moves, you can drop a bomb out of your front. So if you're being pursued, you know, hit those, hit the reverse, slam the reverse in, drop that bomb, catch your catch the person pursuing you as they fly over the top. It's really cool. I really like the idea of it. So yeah, there we go. So that's Constable. We have Sarko Plank, which is great because he has the word plank in his name. Pilot skill 5, same stats, same abilities and upgrades, this time casting 18 points, so you've had a points drop. And when defending, instead of using your agility value, you may roll a number of defense dice equal to the number of maneuvers, equal to the number of the speed of the maneuver you executed this round. So again, we end up referencing the style a couple of times, don't we? So that could be 1, 2, or 3, effectively. So yeah, that's, you know, sometimes 2, sometimes 3. It's an interesting one, just because I guess in most situations you're going to be using the same maneuver. You'll be at the same number, but occasionally you could be higher. But there's also the chance you could be lower. Unsure on that one. Unkar Plut. So here we go. Character from Star Wars fame itself. So from the Force Awakens film. Pilot skill 3. So he wasn't a very good pilot. Same stats as before, same actions. Upgrades are almost the same, but no elite pilot talent. Comes in at 17 points, and his ability is at the end of the activation phase, you must assign a tractor beam token to each ship you are touching. And you'll see through some of these upgrade cards as well, there's several times that touching another ship is referenced, so yeah, there's going to be a lot of bumping with this. And then finally we have the Jakku Gunrunner. So this is your unnamed sort of generic pilot skill 1, really basic, 15 points. Same action bar as before, and the same upgrade as Unkar as well, so just no elite pilot talent on there. So yeah, I mean, could this guy become the new Swarm? Who knows? So yeah, as you can see here, we've got loads of those condition cards and rules cards, as I said. So conditions is something brand new to this wave, and the way they work is something will get applied and you get a condition card applied. yeah, which kind of made sense from what we started. So rather than try and badly ham-fistedly explain, let's take a look. A score to settle. So this is the card. So during setup, before the place forces step, choose one enemy ship and assign the A Debt to Pay condition card to it. When attacking a ship that has the A Debt to Pay condition card, you may change one focus result to a crit. Very tasty, and it reminds you again on A Debt to Pay that you can resolve this ability. A Debt to Pay is called, so yeah, so it reminds you can resolve this ability. So also to note this goes both ways. So when attacking a ship that has a debt to pay, you can change focus to crit. When attacking a ship that has a score to settle, change focus to a crit. So yeah, very I keep using the word interesting because until you put this stuff into practice, it's quite often you're not entirely it sounds really good on paper, and you know, I could sit here and come up with loads of different ways this will work. Until you actually put it on the field, until you actually fly it, you can't be 100% sure of how it actually interacts and how it works. So this one is interesting because you gain such a nice bonus from it, but then so do they. Yeah, I do like that though. I really like that. The more fun and different and varied cards that come out, the more enjoyable the game can be in my eyes. So here we have Boshek, who's a crew, 2 points. Oh, in case I missed it, score to settle was a 0, by the way. Boshek is 2 points. When a ship you are touching activates, you may look at its chosen maneuver. If you do, its owner must rotate the dial to an adjacent maneuver. The ship can reveal and execute that maneuver even while stressed. So that avoids the force them to do a red maneuver while still stressed. Oh, like I get to pick their maneuver sort of thing. So yeah, it's kind of a cool one. But bumping is just something that I'm not a huge fan of in the game, so yeah. So onto Unkar Plot. So he's a 1 point crew version, scum only, and after executing a maneuver that causes you to overlap an enemy ship, you may suffer 1 damage to perform 1 free action. A little bit of free actioning isn't too bad, just make sure you put on something that can take the damage to make it worthwhile. Thermal Detonators is 3 points, and we've seen this in the Ghost expansion. Ooh, so this is also in the Upsilon class shuttle, the Hyperwave Comm Scanner. It's a 1 point tech upgrade. At the start of the Place Forces step, you may choose to treat your pilot skill value as 0, 6 or 12 until the end of that step. And then during setup, after another friendly ship is placed at range 1 to 2, you may assign a focus or evade token to it. This is really cool. So it's obviously with this and the condition cards, and you see condition cards in other models in Wave 10, FFG are starting to expand the reach of the rules of X-Wing now, and they're starting to push into things like the setup. Now it can be dangerous territory. You push too hard, you end up breaking the game, because you end up at a point where the game is won before you've even deployed, because people are, you know, they're all running something that interrupts setup, and the game it changes too much from what it originally was. But for now, this stuff is really fun. This is really cool. Love it. More of this, please. Scavenger Crane. After a ship at range 1 to 2 is destroyed, you may choose a discarded torpedo, rocket, bomb, turret, or I've forgotten that one. Or modification upgrade card that was equipped to your ship and flip it face up. Then roll an attack die and on a blank result, discard the Scavenger Crane. So it's a 2-point illicit upgrade, and effectively it's allowing you to get free ammunition. It's a bit corner case is the problem. Not only do you have to be range 1 to 2 when it's destroyed, you also have to hope that your opponent is carrying one of those and you've got a way to utilise it. It sounds weird, but you know, you need to be at a range and it's in a position where you can utilise one of those upgrades. So yeah, it's a weird one. It's I can't imagine that seeing much play. It's more of a fun card by the looks of it to me. And then finally we have Space Tug Tractor Array. So Quadjumper only modification and action. Choose a ship inside your firing arc at range 1 and assign a tractor beam token to it. If it is a friendly ship, resolve the effect of the tractor beam token as though it were an enemy ship. Ooh. So yeah, just a little bit of tractor beam action going on with that one. So let's take a look at the model itself, because you don't really get a very good look at it in the film, and personally I thought it looked a bit bigger than this. I mean, not huge, but I thought it looked bigger than this in the film. So here we go. So you can see the big cockpit there and the 4 huge sort of turbines. The ship effectively is just sort of like a shipping container with 4 big boosters strapped to it. That's effectively what it looks like to me. So, and then someone put a couple of plates on it to make it and some fins to make it look a bit cool. As always for Final Fantasy, as always for Fantasy Flight games, it's a good design. It's well molded, lots of nice little details, like technically where that Scavenger Crane is, lots of that sort of stuff on there. Even the underneath isn't left untouched. Yeah, and again the paint job is well done. Considering they're mass manufactured, it's nice as like this little blue and orange lines down here, and you've got quite nice sort of wear marks on it and things like that. And you know, even these little tips of the fans there are coloured. It's just it works. I like it. It looks really nice. I'm not entirely sure how something with 4 turbines flies in space, but hey. Let's not ask questions about physics. So just to give you a comparison, there's something like the Scum Protectorate Fighter. Oops, sorry, way off camera there. Just trying to make sure I didn't drop this. So to give you an idea, it is quite a small ship. You know, there's not a huge amount to it. Try and turn this sideways when you can barely see it 'cause it's so thin anyway, but you know, if I hold them roughly level, seeing as how thin the Protectorate is, you can see, you know, it's not a particularly big ship, the Quadjumper, it's just quite wide. So there we go. That is everything you get in the Quadjumper expansion. Personally, I think you could tell as I was recording it, I'm quite excited for these sort of like during setup cards, during setup upgrades. I think that makes a nice change, and I mean, this could be part of a new swarm list for Scum in some way, but more likely it's going to be, you're going to see like maybe 1 or 2 of them kicking around on the field sort of thing. It's, yeah, there's a lot of potential with this ship, and I think some people fear that the competitive scene is going to actually be dominated or at least broken by having this ship, but that's up to the competitive community. For everyone else, I think this is a really fun ship. I would highly recommend getting it if you're a Scum player. If you're not, this is a good excuse to become a Scum player. You just want multiples, I think, is the only catch. So on that note, remember everything you've seen here today can be bought and sold individually as individual components on our website, bigorbitcards.co.uk. Check that out. Remember to like and subscribe. Have a look at my other Wave 10 unboxing videos. Have a look at those if you're interested. If you have any questions, feel free to leave it below in the comments. Otherwise, I hope you've enjoyed watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.